When it comes to the chemistry between both of you, especially when you have to share a character, what was that conversation like?
It was very interesting. I would say I met Dacre the first time today because working on the movie was so intense. We couldn't just hang out and have a good time, and we were either in the character and doing our work, or we would just go separate ways. Almost because it was too intense. And I can't explain it really how intense it was, but just playing two people at the same time was very intense because it kind of messes with your mind, because it questions yourself, how do I know who I am, and when do I know who I am? Even me as a person, every day. And I think we were playing with this idea a lot, how little can you do to see that there's another person. And I think for us it was a very personal project, for me and Dacre, because we each have our own traumas to overcome. And I think the movie is basically on that. It's like how do we all live with all these ghosts that are, past traumas or relationships we had or like people we knew. And how do you live with this ghost? Or do you? Or should you get rid of it? Or do you fight for it, So in the end we even started saying, well, maybe there's no ghost. Maybe it's two people who decided to work on their trauma by pretending that there's a ghost so that they can play these roles, Yeah.
And you have to ask, if you had an option or a choice, who would you want to inhabit your body? Is there anyone out there you would trust enough to inhabit your body, or could
someone who would take my body, who's still alive?
alive? Yeah, it's supernatural. Anything can happen here.
Nelson Mandela, maybe?
Okay.
Will you say trust?
Yeah.
Is that a bad choice?
No, I think it's fantastic. I do want to ask too. What was it like, kind of entering the world of Marvin Gaye and sexual healing as Eugenie? Because that when there's so many things that happen in that portion of his life.
Yes. It's amazing because no one knows about that part of his life. And I love that story a lot because it's not told enough in our society how each of us, we struggle. And someone like Marvin Gaye, at this time of his life, he had no money, he was living in an apartment with junkies. He didn't know where to go. So when this guy came along with this car all the way from Belgium and said, what are you doing, man? You're ruining your life. I will save you. I take you with me. I have a boxing club, a jazz club, and a hotel. And he was so desperate that he actually followed him and went and got clean and got his voice back. And sometimes I think we need people like that. Sometimes you just need to go to your neighbor and say, hey, are you okay? Can I help you? I have a couch. It's not much, but if you want, you can. You know what I mean? Like I really love that story, and yeah.
Fantastic. I just want to say one last thing. I am so excited for was it father, mother, sister, brother?
Yeah.
Being in that room must have been like being on the most biggest stage with such talented people.
Exactly. It was like a big birthday cake every day. That's how it felt.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Pleasure.